It is time now for us to take a look at some of our Alaska news stories for this Wednesday morning. Of course, most of the nation, including Alaskans, are focused in on the death of Carrie Fisher, yet another celebrity passing during 2016. But, there are some other stories that are happening out there besides the life and death of celebrities. For instance, the life and death of everyday people on the street on Christmas Eve. You recall the story? A man and his wife both shot dead by what their son called ninjas. The 6-year-old was found wandering in a nearby parking lot. Now they've captured all 3 of the people that were involved in that. At least they think they've got them. They actually picked up 2 of the guys on Christmas Day with an APB put out for the 3rd gentleman, who they picked up on Tuesday morning without any resistance. There was a fire at a sushi restaurant in Anchorage on Tuesday morning, which apparently burned the place completely to the ground. Nobody was inside. They are looking to a cause. If you are a fan of sushi, you have one less place to eat it in Anchorage. The Kodiak Police Department is seeking help in finding a man who's been missing for several days. Basically just disappeared. It's kind of hard when you're on an island. I mean, obviously, if you want to leave, you've got a whole bunch of places you can go away from the island. There was a Christmas Day stabbing in Minto that sent a man to the emergency room and his girlfriend to jail. And that Alaska volcano down in the Aleutians that's erupted 3 times last week, it erupted again on Monday. And this time the ash could end up hitting a inhabited town. It looks like we're watching the weather for this week as some winter storms are going to be bringing snow and wind all across the state. And we're going to see some really significant snowfall, possibly the heaviest thus far for the season in interior Alaska. It's likely to start sometime Thursday afternoon and continue on through the weekend. 2 people were found dead in a trailer fire near Soldotna. They have not released their names yet. Basically, somebody noticed the place was on fire, called the emergency services. When they put out the fire, they found the human remains inside. They are investigating to try to figure out what happened. But at this point, they say there's no sign of arson. The Anchorage police are requested the help in finding a missing man. 77-year-old man with dementia had wandered off on Monday afternoon. He was found Monday evening. He had wandered 5 miles away. The Alcohol Board is going to be meeting in February and will decide on the final liquor license for Bethel. There are 3 different companies that are applying to get that liquor license. And in the marijuana scene, as you know, marijuana is now legal for public use, not use in public, but in terms of recreational use. Now they're asking the question, what exactly consists of advertisement? And so they're going to be looking at that issue. They're telling marijuana companies right now, the growers and the sellers, they're not saying not to advertise, but they're saying let us define it for you more clearly before you start doing it. In Anchorage, a ballot initiative targets the city spending limit. Did you know that there is a spending limit in Anchorage? Well, apparently there is one. It's just not being used because ever since the Knowles administration, it's been reinterpreted by each administration about what exactly is permissible spending or not spending. And so they've been adding, and the spending in Anchorage has been growing and growing just because, hey, well, we can add that. Well, now they're going to be very specific about saying, no, you cannot add. The spending cap will stand. Good luck. Scientists have blasted the Fish Council for the gap in Bering Sea data, specifically about fur seals. They've been watching the sea lions for some time and put a lot of restrictions on pollock fishermen. And now they're saying more restrictions may be necessary because we don't know what's going on with the fur seals. If you didn't know, Fairbanks Memorial Hospital has a new and improved surgery center on the way, and they've put in green lighting. Apparently the green lights help people see better with the reds, especially when they're using the laparoscopic surgery. And also, a Juneau man was cited for shooting waterfowl too early. Apparently there was a start time. You could not shoot before 8:16 a.m. I'm not sure where they got with that number, but somebody heard the shots and called the cops, and the guy got cited. And the last thing we've got for you, a couple of Canadians that were flying from British Columbia to New Zealand for vacation failed to disclose that they had a cat in their carry-on luggage. They're speculating right now they may even have drugged the cat because nobody on the flight noticed that there was a cat in their bag. No meows, no nothing. And it wasn't until they were going through customs in New Zealand that the cat was found, and the woman, the man, and the cat were immediately sent back home because, as you know, cats can be very dangerous in New Zealand. That's what we've got for our news today in Alaska. Our commentary today is going to focus a little bit on this issue of fake news and the media manipulation of people. What's going on with that? You'll get my take on it. And at some point, hopefully soon, we'll start getting in some phone calls. Yes, I do have a phone. I do have a phone line. It's just that the two of them haven't quite figured out how to talk to each other just yet. Anyway, we're going to work on it. Something you want me to talk about, you want to hear commentary, send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com. Tell all your friends, and please become a sponsor. We've got direct sponsorships available at my website, radiofreespeech.com. We've also got the Patreon patronage, which is an opportunity for you to support it in a more general way. Check it out and tell your friends. And once again, that email, steve@radiofreespeech.com. Thanks.